when enough people are responding to Maitreya, they will call on the governments to allow Maitreya to speak to the whole world. And he will answer these questions. People will ask him, what are there such things as UFOs? Are they real? And he will explain the UFOs are part of the gathering of the forces of light. The UFOs come from our own solar system, from Mars and Venus and Jupiter and so on. And they are part of this great gathering of the forces of light, the forces which come to rejuvenate planet Earth, which has lost its way. We have been in the wilderness, in a bleak, bleak way in which commercialization has raised its ugly head and created the atom bomb and created a life which is where commercialization has, as the masters put it, humanity by the throat, and is squeezing out of humanity every semblance of human feeling and right relationship. We mustn't let it go any further than it has gone. It has destroyed life in the West and is beginning to destroy life wherever commercialization raises its head. Life, the best of life, has to take a step backward. From now on, this will not be the case. Maitreya will inform humanity about the space brothers, about the life on other planets. Of course, he says, there's life on every planet. The UFOs are there, the sign that they are here. They help us in there immensely. The beings of Mars and of Venus are our brothers, our sisters. They are on a spiritual mission to help humanity in the time of need, and it is a desperate need. Look at the state of the planet, they say. Look at the ecology of the planet. It's becoming desperate. We have, I know the scientists, especially in this country, argue about whether there is a real ecological crisis on or not, and if global warming even is a reality or not. You will hear Maitreya say, global warming, 80% of global warming is a result of humanity's misuse of the resources of the planet. 80%. And time to repair it, he will say, we have 10 to 15 years only in which to repair the worst aspects of the decline of the planet before they become irreparable. If they were irreparable, they would take countless millennia possibly to re-establish. But the forces of light, which the space brothers are, and the forces of light, which our own spiritual hierarchy are, work together and have always worked together. Throughout history, they have worked together. There is a planetary scheme. We're all parts of that planetary whole, and they work together. We have a place in the parliament of the solar system. Can you imagine? There is a solar system with a parliament, and we think that nobody lives in it. Because we don't understand that matter goes beyond gas. Simple. Our scientists don't understand that above dense physical, there's liquid physical, and above liquid physical, there's gaseous physical. They know that. But there are 4 further states of matter above gas. but they don't have the technology to measure them. They wonder where is this? They call it dark matter. They know it's there, the dark matter, but they don't know what dark matter is. Dark matter are the etheric planes of matter. They'd only have to look up a book by Blavatsky or even by me. And they would find the answer to dark matter. Years ago, 1939, Wilhelm Reich, great German scientist and psychologist, and one-time colleague of Freud, discovered the dark matter. He called it the orgone, O-R-G-O-N-E, the orgone, and he saw it as one plane, this primordial energy which filled the whole of space and surrounded every living creature. And it does. Only it's not one plane. It are 4 different planes, finer and finer as you go up. And these are the etheric planes of matter. And if you went to Mars or Venus, you would see nobody, unless you had etheric vision. But the people of Mars and Venus and the other planets are in the etheric planes of matter. If you have etheric vision, you would see them. In Mars, they're small because there's so many people on Mars. Mars is a much smaller planet than Earth, and yet there are 9 billion people on Mars. There are 6.7 billion people on Earth, and we're beginning to think that's a lot too many. So you see, we have a very limited knowledge, our scientists, our smart aleck men. They're smart aleck, they're not really wise, and they don't do the things that would make them wise. They don't read the right books, for instance. I try, I do try. They don't read the right books, the right comics, and so they are ignorant. So they build a great cyclotron, costs them billions and billions of dollars, takes 25 years to build, to find out about dark matter. You could tell them in 5 minutes. It's so stupid.